Kai, and welcome to today's video. From the caption, I'm pretty sure you could tell that today's videos will be about common myths about going sustainable. So let's just get into the video. One of the biggest myths I have heard is you cannot use any plastic. That is not true. It's not about not using any plastic. It's about being mindful. Sustainability is all about mindfulness. Like, if you're gonna use plastic, maybe use it a few times. Like, reuse things in different senses. Like, a good thing I can think of is, like, if you have a plastic bag and you use it for something, like, let's say you have to use it for some Q-tips on a trip. Maybe just have that be your Q-tip bag, so that anytime you go on a trip, you just reuse that bag instead of every single time you go on a trip, throwing away that bag and just getting a new one. And so, just stuff like that, just mindfulness and keeping it on a consistent basis. And like, instead of using a plastic bottle, get a reusable plastic bottle, and so you can refill it up throughout the week instead of just using it once and checking it out each day. Just stuff like that. Another thing is sustainable living is expensive. It doesn't have to be. If you're going to go sustainable, my biggest thing, and I think I've said this in other videos, is don't do it all at once. Don't go out and throw away every single thing that you own that is not considered sustainable. Such as, like, if you have, like, a plastic spray bottle or something, don't just throw it away. Just next time when you would go to rebuy it, maybe buy a glass one, or maybe even make your own and refill it in that bottle. So that way, you are still being mindful of the environment and not just throwing away all your stuff and then having to make new products that still use up resources. Another thing is that you have to be vegan. Yes, it is true that being vegan can help you reduce your carbon footprint, but that is not the only way. And, like, let's say you eat meal 5 times a day, in every meal and in a snack, right? That does not mean that you can never have it again. Just maybe try to do it in, like, 1 meal or 2 meals instead of all of them. Or just limiting it, making it more of like a 1 meal a day thing. But if you are going to start doing that with your food, like being more sustainable in your food, make sure, please, 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 to get the protein you need. That is very important because a lot of people will go vegan or stuff like that and not realize they need protein still, and can get into many different things that can hurt their body. So, like, good resources are like peanut butter, beans, just anything in that sense that still provides a dense protein, because your body needs energy. And then another thing is recycling is super easy. That it is not. There are a lot of things, especially depending on where you live, you might not be able to recycle everything. And you can't just recycle anything. You have to make sure it's clean. You have to make sure that's what your city can take. So before you go just throwing a bunch of dirty stuff to recycle, I would advise you to look up some stuff in your local area of how are the best ways to recycle. And then another one is sustainability, or sustainable living takes up too much time. It doesn't have to. Like I said, you don't have to do it all at once. And you don't have to, like, one of my misconceptions of when I first became sustainable living is I thought that you had to make every single meal from scratch every time of day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I'm not gonna lie, I got really overwhelmed, and I would have to take long breaks from being sustainable for eating. So that is a common misconception, at least one that I had. One thing that I advise, like I said, if you're going to do meals, is meal prep. Meaning 1 day a week, or however many days you need, you'll make bunch of different types of meal, and then maybe use like reusable containers or something to keep the food in, so you don't have to worry about like having to make breakfast, lunch, and dinner by hand and all that stuff. So that is one thing that really helped me in learning. I on Sundays will make a few bars and stuff for the week, and so that's always a good thing to start out with. And honestly, this isn't on my paper, but one thing that I just feel like is a really common thing is you don't need to do everything all at once. And I know I kind of said that already, but I mean this in a different sense. You don't need to completely change everything about your lifestyle in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. So maybe just if you are feeling overwhelmed and you're like in a crazy busy lifestyle and you feel like you don't have enough current time to do that, maybe just start with little things around the house, turning off the lights when you're not in the room. Or let's say it's super sunny out. Just use that kind of light instead of the power light, which that can help you save money. Or like I showed you in one of my get ready videos, when you're not currently using your water when you're brushing your teeth, turn it off. Or just things like that. Or I have these hand towels that help wash your hands and take off any bacteria, so it makes it easier to use less water and less soap and all that, because it already takes off the bacteria off your hands. I'm not saying not to wash your hands, though. And just stuff like that. Just small things that will make a big difference to the environment, to the future generation, and probably to your power bill. But on that note, that is all I have for my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, put a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see some more videos that I have coming up. And if you would like me to continue making videos, or even have any questions or things you want me to make videos on, comment those down below so I know what you guys want to hear about. I hope you have a great day and a great month and a great year. Bye.